Guide to abandoned ship.
Oh no!
Here we go!
Can I persuade you to join us for a drink? It's a tradition.
Here, here.
Jar Jar, homie, my main man, quickly. Before the Separatists attack, get into the escape pod.
Hey! This is escape, then we're the pod.
Happy New Year, everyone, and welcome back to Star Wars Escape Pod. We got a really special, fun episode today with a couple of guests, and we're going to be playing the ultimate Star Wars trivia that I believe we did to celebrate our 50th or 100th episode, and the New Year's, of course, about a year ago now. So, once in a blue moon we play this game, and every time we play it, this list of questions just gets even bigger because more Star Wars stuff comes out, and I got to add more questions to it. So thanks to a good friend of mine for writing this amazing Python script. We got a great program here to get through some questions, and we'll introduce our players in just a moment. Stay tuned.
Another happy landing.
All right, so we've got a couple people returning to the show. I think everyone here playing has been on before at least once, but I'll go through you guys one at a time, and just so that everyone listening at home can kind of get the idea for how you sound, maybe just say your name, and actually, well, I'll be the one saying your name, but you can say your name too if you like, and give me maybe your favorite piece of Star Wars that's happened in the last year. Since January last year up until now. We'll start with you, Ben L.
Me?
Yes.
Oh, hi. My name is Ben. I am the brother-in-law to the host of this show. And yeah, my favorite thing in the last 12 months Star Wars related. Honestly, I think the thing that I've enjoyed the most for sure was the first episode of Book of Boba Fett. That was, yeah.
Very nice.
That
All
was
right.
it's very fresh, so I might be biased, but it was very good.
Yeah. Sweet. Thanks, Ben. All right, let's go to Phil. Welcome back.
I'm actually only here for the intro music. It's really the only reason I'm here.
The truth comes out. The truth comes out.
Honestly, I haven't consumed much media last year from the new Star Wars stuff, but I have been getting back into the Old Republic. I've been back onto the MMO, getting back into it. That's been a lot of fun. That's about it.
Yeah, you're a big gamer. You like playing Star Wars games.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, got to get those Dash Rendar questions, right?
I need Shadows of the Empire questions if I'm going to succeed in this.
I actually checked up on that again before we started it because I knew that you were playing. So I was like, I wonder if there's any more Dash Rendar questions I could throw in. So I did throw in like one or two, but
I love it.
I also checked to see if there was any more canon appearances because as much stuff as comes out in the last year, I have a hard time staying on top of all of it. And the only thing that I could find was still just kind of old news. They threw his name in a little kind of companion journal-ish book that was released around the time that the Solo movie came out, and they kind of threw his name in there as a brief mention. So technically, if you consider everything to be canon after the Disney era, technically, I guess you can kind of consider it.
He's alive and well. That's all that matters.
Yeah, at some point, though, I think it's going to happen because more recently, this past summer, Prince is it Shizor showed up in the comics as a mentioned character. So I don't think he's actually appeared yet, but they did bring up his name as a solid existing person. So that's exciting news for anyone who played Shadows of the Empire. It's really exciting news.
I love it.
Yeah. So let's go to Ben D. Welcome back to the show again. It's been a little while.
Yeah. Hey, I'm Ben Demian. The other Ben on here. I think I really like the anime specials they did, and I also got a Lego Star Wars Advent calendar for this year built out for Christmas, and that was pretty exciting. You built little Mandalorian ships, and
Very
you
nice.
built a little Baby Yoda stroller floating thing. And so that's probably my favorite Star Wars thing I got this year.
Oh, sweet. Good. All right, and finally we got Reed coming back on the show again. Welcome back.
Thanks for having me back. Nice to know I'm welcome, relatively speaking.
Anytime.
I guess you like me. I get. Anyways, yeah. As far as Star Wars stuff, I guess same thing as Ben. I was pretty stoked for Boba Fett to come out. Like, I had just finished watching The Witcher, and so I needed my next next fix for a TV series or something like that. And boom, just so happened episode 1 of The Witcher came out. I think we had talked about there's a few more things that Disney's coming out with in the next year or so or longer that sound really, really cool. I know I'm really pumped for the Obi-Wan or the Kenobi series to come out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm definitely stoked to see another round of Mandalorian come out too. So yeah,
it's gonna be an exciting year. I mean, there's so much stuff coming out. We got I mean, Book of Boba runs until February, and then of course there's the Andor show, then Kenobi, and then Bad Batch season 2, and then I think next year, I guess it's this year now. This year in December, I think, is it Mandalorian season 3? I believe that also comes out or something. So it's
something
it's
like
gonna
that.
be
something Star Wars.
It's a crazy year for Star Wars, man. It's gonna be like this past year for Marvel, but for Star Wars, and that's there's gonna be a crap ton of Marvel stuff coming out next year as well, but or this year. But man, New Year's gets confusing. Like, do you call it this year or last year or next year or whatever?
I just renewed our Disney Plus subscription, worth every penny.
It is worth every penny. They're starting to bring on a lot more stuff now, which is really cool. The 20th Century Fox library adds a lot of value. So
just
the more live action Star Wars, the better it is.
Yeah, definitely. So I mean, with this past year, we saw a lot of stuff come out. I guess in the future, Blake and I will have to do a bit of a recap episode on what happened this last year with Star Wars and talk about all of it. But I mean, lots of things happened. You guys shared a bit about what your favorites were. I personally really loved, of course, the Book of Boba Fett. I mean, there was the amazing Bad Batch season 1 that came out. As far as a new era goes, I was really excited about the High Republic. It's a bit of a hit or miss for some people, but I really greatly appreciated the whole new era that they're trying to build, and it's in a space in which isn't really replacing anything. That's not something that the expanded universe ever really got into, and I can appreciate that a lot because I know there's a lot of respect. I have a lot of respect for the old stuff, having read a lot of it myself when growing up before the Disney era. So I quite like the whole new era of Star Wars coming out, and I guess that's going to be leading us up to the Acolyte, which will come out in a couple of years. So that's going to be great. But without further ado, I guess let's start up this trivia game, which it's been a while since we played, so I'll just go over the rules again. And for anyone listening at home, you can feel free to kind of mentally follow along and try and see if you can get the right answer as well. So I'll go through. It's multiple choice for every single question here, and how it's played is there's 5 tiers of questions. All right, so tier 1 is any question in relation to the main films and really easy behind the scenes stuff. Tier 2 is animated and live action shows across the canon. Tier 3 is games, comics, and novels, which are all canon material. Tier 4 is expanded universe and Star Wars Legends stuff, which is just anything that's basically not canon. That would include Star Wars Clone Wars or any of the old games, or we're talking Star Wars Clone Wars being the 2D series, the micro series. And anything, Ewok Adventures, stuff like that. Anything that basically falls not under the Canon umbrella. And then finally, we have tier 5 questions, which are the kind of more specialized hard ones. They tend to be a little more based around behind the scenes. Some of them are kind of just random hard questions to answer. And everyone starts off at tier 2. So we're throwing you guys right into the Clone Wars segment here. And this really is the trap. This is the sticky trap that kind of determines whether or not you guys kind of it adds a lot of challenge, that's for sure. It's not an easy tier. So the reason for that is if you get a question wrong, you go down a tier. If you get a question right, you go up a tier for your next question. So it kind of goes up and down like that. Once again, thank you again to Wes, the beautiful mind behind this amazing Python script. So we got a total of 170 questions. More recently, some added in for Expanded Universe, Book of Boba, The High Republic, all the new content, Star Wars Squadrons, anything in relation to the stuff that's come out within the last year and a bit. And the first question is for Ben L.
Nice.
Oh boy.
Not me.
Everyone's starting off in tier 2.
No pressure then. Just
All right.
starting off with embarrassment.
So here we go. Clone Wars question for you. Maul's set of legs are magically made from, is it A, garbage, B, droid parts, C, Grievous's legs, or D, ship parts?
It's either 2 or 4. What's 2 again?
B is droid parts. Yep.
Oh, I'm going to go with droid parts.
You're going to go with droid parts. Okay. That is correct. Yes. Well done. Moving on up. And for those of you guys who want to see the trivia screen, I've switched the window in the Discord if you want to check it out. Okay, next question is for Reed. Clone Wars question again. Ventress becomes what after she leaves Dooku? Is it A, a Night Sister, B, bounty hunter, C, a Jedi, or D, nothing and she just dies?
A?
That is correct.
Oh, sweet.
Well done. Well done.
I knew that. Obviously.
Yeah. All right, Phil. You're up.
No.
You're up. So Padme's ex-love interest, whom she must spy on, is it A, Rush Clovis, B, Clovis Mayfield, C, Bail Organa, or D, Typho Tritium?
Yo, Bail Organa would be so weird.
I gotta say that would add in a lot of drama. That would certainly add in a lot of drama.
Yeah. Oh man, I have no clue, honestly, but I do like the name Typho Tritium. I'm getting thumbs down over here by everyone. I don't know.
Are they helping you out? Are they helping you out?
Not at all. I'm gonna go with D. I'm gonna go with it anyways.
Headstrong at a D. All right. The answer was A. The answer was A. Rush Clovis. Typho Tritium was a fun name I made up. but I'm glad to see it paid off. Respects there.
For those who can't see, I was getting mad head shakes from Ben.
Do we get a lifeline or something? Like, can we plead with everyone else?
We can. There's no thing in the system for that, but we can add that in as a.
I'll just start begging for anyone for mercy, and that'll be my lifeline.
Yeah, totally. Okay, so turn 4, we finally end off with Ben D for this round. Savage Opress is the brother of whom? Is it A, Talzin, B, Ventress, C, Maul, or D, Rada?
I'm gonna go C, Darth Maul.
That is correct. Well done, everyone. Well done.
I'm stressing on this.
All right, three or four of you guys are heading up to tier 3 now, so it's gonna get a little harder.
Oh no.
So Ben L. All right, Palpatine began to feel something calling him into the unknown regions. Who did he consult for information about those territories? Was it A, Thrawn, B, Vader, C, Tor Valum, or D, Snoke?
A, Thrawn.
That is correct. Well done.
I knew that one.
Thank you.
Well done. Well done. That's an easier one gone.
Yeah. It's like, oh no, not hard. Oh, thank goodness, that's an easy one.
All right. And all right, turn 6. Read. The Battle of Jakku was how many years after the Battle of Endor? Was it A, 5, B, 1, C, 29, or answer number D, number 11?
Ooh. Battle of Endor. Was it
How many
A?
people at home are sweating this one? Is it A, or is that your
I know
final
it's
answer?
A or D. I'm gonna say A.
That is incorrect. It was actually B.
B.
A,
Oh, it was
5
1.
years.
Oh,
5 years.
so
Yes,
bad.
it was 1 year. 1 year. The Battle of Jakku happens 1 year after the Battle of Endor.
Shoot.
It's a narrow window.
And they're still salvaging those ships like 30 years
right.
later.
That is right. That's right. Yeah, the 5 year mark is actually when the Mandalorian takes place. But yeah, 1 year. 1 year goes by, and there's a big, massive battle on Jakku, which scars it forever. And it's the desolate, ship-struck world that we see Rey grow up in 29 years later.
I think it's an improvement.
At least there's something there now.
Yeah. Now you get to look at all the cool mega ships.
Yeah. No, exactly. Dust Ball turned into a ship graveyard. It's a little more interesting.
Dear
All
God,
right.
Phil, look at this question. You're screwed.
Phil.
I think I got this one.
Phil, Finn's stormtrooper name is FN2705, FN2387, FN2181, or FN2187.
I'm going to confidently say D.
That is correct. Well
Holy
done.
All right.
crap. How do you know that?
All right. Thank God.
It
'Cause he
is
says it in
said-
the movie.
He says it multiple times in the movie.
And you
yeah.
remember these? I don't know. I don't remember
Listen,
numbers.
I'm not bad at the movies. I'm pretty bad at anything Clone Wars.
Wow.
That's the sticky trap for Phil.
pretty
Once he's
much on the
past
same
Clone
boat.
Wars, it's a little easier sail. Yeah. Okay, next question. Ben D. Dr. Aphra is what? Is she A, Sith acolyte, B, a smuggler, C, an archaeologist, or D, a bounty hunter?
Okay. I'm trying to remember. I feel like I want to go with bounty hunter, but that doesn't feel right with
this-
doctor. I don't feel. I
this
feel
is
like
tier
no
3.
doctor. Yeah. I'll be honest. I don't remember
this
this
is
one.
tier 3 games, comics.
See,
and
okay, here's the
novels.
thing.
You're-
Here's the thing. My big thing is that they're a doctor right here, which makes me want to say it's going to be archaeologist. That's the only one where there's doctors. Go with that.
Final answer, archaeologist. All right, correct.
Wow.
Well done. Well done.
The clutch.
I was like,
Imagine having
Process
a
of
PhD.
elimination.
Yeah.
I was like,
bounty.
do they take doctors and bounty hunters? Doesn't feel like, oh, I went from saving lives up being a bounty hunter. It's like, oh, weird career move. But okay.
It could have been a made up name too, but yeah, that was the best process of elimination I've seen. So, all right, we're circling around again to Ben. I think you're all guys. Actually, you're all doing really well. We never really figured out, I guess, a winning kind of point number, but we're just going to keep it going here until we hit maybe a 35-40 minute mark, and we're going to reevaluate to see who's closest to either 8 or 10 or whatever, and kind of go from there. So for now, the next question, turn number 9, is for Ben L. Rihanna Sarin was the lead character in which game exclusively for DS and PSP? Was it A, Lethal Alliance, B, Starfighter, C, Elite Squadron, or D, Rogue Leader?
I'm going to go C.
That is incorrect. I am sorry. That correct answer was A, Lethal
Okay.
Alliance. Yes.
That was my second guess.
That was.
Who played that? I didn't even play that.
I didn't even know they existed.
Yeah, I've never heard that game.
No.
All right, we're sitting at Ben L. You got 2, Reed 1, Phil 1, and Ben D. You got 2 at the moment. So next question is for Reed. The child's name, is it Grolu, Drogu, Bogu, or Grogu?
Oh. Dude, you're doing me dirty. I haven't seen it in so long.
Yeah, what is this for me? I'm getting freaking random Dr. Afra. I've never heard of this woman in my life.
Is it Grogu? D?
Final answer?
Yeah.
That is correct.
Yes!
Wow. Slipping into the right answer.
Wow.
The most
Holy
like
crap.
unsure.
Yeah, come on.
All right, next question for Phil. Ezra Bridger's homeworld is it A, Dantooine, B, Lothal, C, Tatooine, or D, Florum?
Can I get like a lifeline?
I'll give you a hint, and yeah, sure. Let's do the lifeline thing. Let's do the lifeline thing.
Is it Clone Wars related?
It is Star Wars Rebels related. That's your hint.
Oh,
that's your hint.
I've seen the first episode. Is that the kid with the purple hair?
It is. Yeah, it's like a navy blue kind of like darker color. Yeah, it wears the orange jumpsuit. So yeah, you can tap into anyone here for your lifeline. That's a good idea. It's a good idea.
I think you answered some questions. I think that's a lifeline enough as it is.
Is that okay? All right, cool.
Okay, so let's see. I'm gonna say it's definitely not Tatooine because I think they got over that hump during Rebels. I think they got over it. I'm gonna say, oh my god, you know what? I'm gonna say A. I'm gonna
go A. Final answer?
Yeah, frick it. Yeah, Dantooine. Let's go.
It is Lothal. It's those animated series, man. It's those animated series.
I'm gonna look up what Lothal even looks like.
Oh, it's nothing special. It's nothing special. Lothal was the primary planet that season 1 of Star Wars Rebels took place around, and then by the end of the show, they kind of went back there and resolved a lot of what they set up earlier in the show, and had a big finale that took place.
What year does Rebel take place?
Star Wars Rebels like in Star Wars or
in the canon, like in the timeline.
Yeah. So Star Wars Rebels is prior to Rogue One. It's when the rebellion is kind of getting set up still. So if A New Hope is 19 years after Revenge of the Sith, Star Wars Rebels is like 4 to 5 years prior to Rogue One. It's about that time. The Inquisitors, the Sith Inquisitors are kind of dying off a little bit. There's less of them now. If anyone played Jedi Fallen Order, that's at the 5-year after Revenge of the Sith mark. So 10 years after that game takes place is when Star Wars Rebels kind of happens. So
my only experience with Dantooine is just playing in it in Star Wars: The Old Republic.
That's fair. It's a bit of a curveball. All right, next question is for Ben Demian. Thrawn is what species? Is he A, Duros, a B, Pantoran, C, human, or D, a Chiss?
I've talked a lot about Grand Admiral Thrawn. I feel like I've never actually really seen that many pictures of him. I'm trying to picture this guy in my mind. He's the blue guy, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Okay. Shoot. I'm going to go... Okay, I'm not human. We're going to rule out human. And I feel like I want to go with Chiss.
Final answer D?
Yeah, you know what? YOLO.
Correct.
Oh, clutch. What a clutch.
He's happy.
Love.
All right, the wheels going round. We're back to Ben L again. Corellia is known for what? Is it A, ships manufacturing, B, drug trade, C, garbage disposal, or D, slave trade?
I'm going to go with A, ship manufacturing.
All right, that is correct. Well done.
Thank you.
The next question is for Reed. The book that preceded Rogue One, which gave more detail on the character Galen Erso, was called what? Catalyst, Tarkin, Aftermath, or A New Dawn?
I'm gonna say A.
That is correct. Well done.
Watch Reed just like guess his way to victory.
Yeah.
This is exactly, unless it's like movie related, this is pretty much gonna be my whole night.
Answer. That's how I got through most of my high school classes. Multiple
true.
choice.
You don't need to study for exams, right? You just guess.
Yeah, that's right. All right, next question is for Phil. Naboo was invaded by, is it A, the Separatist Alliance, B, the Trade Federation, C, the Banking Clan, or D, the Empire?
It's B, the Trade Federation.
Well done.
All right.
Nice.
He's up again.
Oh no.
He's looking forward to the next tier 2 question again. All right, Ben D. Dash Rendar. Oh, he's snaking a Dash Rendar question.
Oh no.
He's made it up there. Dash Rendar helped to rescue Organa when she was held prisoner by whom? Is it Shizor, Sidious, Cad Bane, or Aura Singh?
Okay, give me 1 sec. Here's my problem: is I don't really know who Dash Rendar is. I know everyone else here. And I'm like,
Phil's losing his hair now.
Oh man.
My guess says it's either between Cad Bane or Aura Singh. I feel like I want to go with
Is this a lifeline? Is this a lifeline question?
No, but I'm just gonna go Aura Singh. Just freaking lock that in right there.
And this
No.
You seem pretty psyched about that.
It's the guy who smiles. It's the guy who smiles in the game.
Phil, you wanna enlighten Ben here about Shizor?
It's the I think he's the leader. I think is he the leader of the Black Sun?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he's the head guy, the head honcho of the Black Sun crime syndicate, and with the video game that you were just talking about, Shadows of the Empire, right?
And when he smiles, it's the best. And the cuts me scenes. It's like he's got this normal face and then wow, big smile. That's all I know about him. Cool looking guy.
You know, I should be playing more of these games.
Yeah, this is an old game. When did that game come out?
98 probably, maybe.
98.
Can you throw me some Rogue Squadron questions? I should play that.
You know, out of the 170, I'm sure there's one in there. I just don't know if it's gonna be yours or if it'll even show up. All right, we're circled back around to Ben L again. Next question. Oh, look at that. Prince Shizor is of what species? We're just talking about this. Is it A, human, B, a Dracilian, D, Nemoidian, or D, Faline?
Remember that he smiles. That's all I got for you.
We're going to go with human.
Oh, no.
That is incorrect. Phil, you...
I don't know. What was he?
He's a Faline.
Yeah, would not have gotten that.
Yeah.
Are they even popular in the lore, like the Faline?
No.
What other character is even...
all of the Black Sun people are Faline. Like they've shown up quite a few times in the Clone Wars and I don't know if they've ever been in the films, but in the animated shows they brought in the Faline quite a bit because they've brought in the Black Sun as a crime syndicate numerous times and it actually played a very larger role at least in Maul's undertaking of Mandalore as well as I guess the finale, they had an appearance in a hologram or something, and yeah, they're around. They're those greeny skinned guys with the ponytail, the black hair and stuff like that. They usually got that crazy thin mustache going on or something like that. But
Star Wars Mongols.
Yeah, exactly. Did they show up in the Book of Boba trailer? I forget.
They're pretty cool. I haven't watched the episode yet.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I forget if they showed up in there, but I wouldn't be surprised if they were thrown in there because they're going that route with the Book of Boba down the crime syndicate hole. All right, so we're at Reed now. Name the third book in the original EU Thrawn trilogy. Is it A, Heir to the Empire, B, The Last Command, C, The Rising Storm, or D, Dark Force Rising?
Gonna say B.
Man, I don't know how he's doing it. I don't know how he's
okay. That was a little bit of process of elimination because I know a little bit about Thrawn, so I was like, he doesn't he disappear or something with his fleet? I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah, he.
So I was like, he's not going to inherit the Empire because obviously that doesn't make sense.
Man, you surprised me, Reed. You surprised me.
I'm just curveballing every one of these just like out of nowhere.
All right, next
Man.
question. We got Phil up at the plate. Originally, Lucas planned the light, dark, and balance to be called the Ashla, the Bogan, and what? Is it A, the Chosen One, B, the Sindel, C, balance, or D, Bendu?
Oh man. Okay. Like, I feel like the Chosen One would totally be the right fit. However, the Ashla, the Bogan, and the Sindel, the ABC, just works way too well. So I'm gonna go with B, the Sindel.
Absolutely.
That is incorrect. I'm sorry, Phil. I'm sorry.
Beautiful.
It is the Bendu.
You gotta go with your ABCs, man.
Yeah, that is a worthy effort at process of elimination.
I was trying to go with
one.
like deductive reasoning.
Yeah. No, that's great. Yeah, the Bendu actually was a character they ended up bringing into the canon as this giant kind of moose looking thing in Star Wars Rebels.
No, he looks so cool. I'm Googling.
Yeah. You can all look it up on images, and it was a pretty sweet storyline actually. Like they did a really nice job at kind of getting a little into the weird factor of all these other kind of Force-centric characters. I remember in Clone Wars they did the Mortis trilogy with the Anchorites, with the father and the son and the daughter, and they kind of took that a step further with Star Wars Rebels and further got into all that stuff. So it was really a neat storyline. All right, and finally we got Ben D, turn number 20. The big comic crossover that happened summer through fall of 2021, this past year, was called what? The Screaming Citadel, Vader Down, War of the Bounty Hunters, or D, Dark Visions?
I want you to know how little I read these comics. I just wanted that to be prefaced. However, I'm going to use the process elimination again. And a crossover has to be two different franchises. There's only one of those that have a plural in them, of War of the Bounty Hunters. So we're going with War of the Bounty Hunters, hoping that, crossover between two bounty hunters fighting each other.
That is correct. Well done. Yeah, the War of the Bounty Hunters was the biggest Marvel Star Wars like crossover that they've done so far. The other ones, actually, aside from Dark Visions, actually, Screaming Citadel and Vader Down were also crossovers, but they were about 4 mini-series issues long or something, and then it was over. But the War of the Bounty Hunters was every series. For multiple issues. They also had a mini series that went in there, as well as a couple one-shots, and it was like a full season worth of stuff. So yeah, it was pretty good. I had to jump on that and try and get on top of it when we did our What Happened with Boba Fett episode, where we went through the character arc from beginning to end, and he has a large part of what goes on during the War of the Bounty Hunters. So it was actually pretty good. It was a worthy storyline to read if anyone wants to pick it up. So let's cycle around to Ben L again. Name the remaining survivor of the Night Sisters. This is from Jedi Fallen Order. Is it A, Merlin, B, Marin, C, Ariel, or D, Grub?
It's B, Marin.
That is correct.
Wow, that was a confident answer.
And the next question is for Reed. George Lucas's birthday. I'm so sorry.
Oh my dear God.
Wow. You have a 1 in 365.
All right. You got 100. We got 365 days to choose from, but thankfully, because of multiple choices, narrowed it down to 4. Is it A, April 16th, 1955, B, May 14th, 1944, C, January 3rd, 1959, or D, July 25th, 1949?
That's a disgusting question.
This is a disgusting question.
Yeah, process elimination, that you son of a gun.
I'm gonna say A.
The correct answer was B, May 14th,
He's that old?
1944.
Oh man,
He's an old guy now. He's an old guy.
oh.
All right, we're going to Phil.
Oof.
The pod race from the Phantom Menace was called what? Is it A, the Banta Sleeve, B, the Jabba Jammer, C, the Boonta Eve, or D, the Duna Beam?
If they would have chosen the Jabba Jammer, that would have been the sickest thing. But it's definitely C, the Boonta Eve.
Thank you, Phil. Thank you. I appreciate all the lovely comments about all my made up stuff.
That would have been legit. Jabba Jammer. Wow.
Jabba Jammer.
I feel like the Jabba Jammer would have worked for that band in the Star Wars Visions short that they did this past year. You know, when they had the band play at the Boonta Eve and they had the
Jabba's totally the type of guy to totally name a race after him. You know what I mean?
yeah, definitely. Yeah. Gonna call those the Jamma Jammers. And that's final. We gotta get shirts printed that on, you know? Just
absolutely.
Yeah. All right. Next question is for Ben D. Which actor plays the voice of Darth Bane in Clone Wars? This is Star Wars: The Clone Wars, the CG show. Is it A, D. Bradley Baker, B, James Earl Jones, C, Sam Witwer, or D, Mark Hamill?
Okay.
This is a tough one.
I feel like I would have heard like a lot more about this guy if it was like a surprise appearance from James Earl Jones or Mark Hamill. Granted, I have no idea most of the voice actors for this guy. I'm going to go with Sam Witwer, hoping that they reuse some actors.
It is D, Mark Hamill.
Really?
Wow. Yeah.
I did not know that.
He showed up for a very small cameo appearance as Darth Bane. So Mark Hamill's responsible for the Canon appearance, the single and only appearance that Darth Bane has ever made.
Wow, I feel like no one talks about that.
Yeah, that's because a lot of people haven't seen the Clone Wars, but you know, if it's pretty cool. It was a really cool story. It's in the Yoda arc when Yoda is learning the secrets of immortality from Qui-Gon Jinn, who Liam Neeson actually reprised the role in the animated shows for, and he goes to Moraband, which is also known as Korriban, and Darth Bane is just this Sith spirit that pops out of a box at one point and kind of, you know, genies him a little bit, and yeah, it was neat. So Mark Hamill, the voice actor, also known as the Joker from all the DC stuff. So
I knew Mark Hamill did a ton of voice work, and I was like, okay, maybe it is him, but I was like, I feel like people would be like talking about it a lot more, but no one really mentions like, oh yeah, you know, Mark Hamill came back for it. I don't know.
I guess it was a while ago. I mean, if people were talking about it, it was when
that's fair.
Season 5 of the Clone Wars was, or I guess it was season 6. It was that kind of that season that wasn't on Cartoon Network and it wasn't on Disney. It was kind of that one that they just dropped on Netflix in one go, and they had like half a season done when they canceled it, and they just kind of said, okay, there you go. And
I remember when I was young, when I didn't have like access to the shows, and because I was in Canada, I couldn't look them up online. I would just watch the behind the scenes stuff, but I guess I didn't watch that season of behind the scenes things.
Right. Yeah. All right, we're back at Ben L. The EU was officially relabeled as what by Disney? Was it A, Legacy, B, Expanded Universe, C, Non-Canon, or D, Legends?
We're going D, Legends. That
is correct. Well done. All right, next question is for Reed. Which mobile RPG was canceled in 2016? Was it A, 1313, B, Uprising, C, Underworld, or D, Renegade Squadron?
Oh, man.
Everyone at home is scratching their heads as well.
Well, I know it's not 1313 because that wasn't a mobile game. That was like a full...
I think Ben is offering himself as a lifeline.
No. No mercy. Just leave Reed to guess by himself.
I kid you, man. If you get this again by just winging it, I'm gonna be questioning whether or not you have Google open.
Mobile RPG was canceled. No, I've been pretty on the other guys' questions. I've looked at Google once, I think, so far. I'm holding out, man. Mobile RPG. We'll just go with B.
That is correct.
Oh my god!
How does he do it? How
Oh man!
do it?
Wow.
All right. Next question for Phil. Who is Obi-Wan's clone commander? Is it A, Fox, B, Gree, C, Cody, or D, Thorn?
Okay, I don't know. I think it's Cody, maybe. I feel like I've heard that name. That's my hunch. I'm going with. I'm going to go with C, Cody, because I've heard the name.
That is correct. Well
all
done,
right,
Phil.
guys, I'm
Well
going to
done.
tier 3. This is amazing.
See, like
This
I
is
knew
amazing.
that one. But I didn't know the other stuff.
Well, I haven't been keeping track of who's on what tier. Is that a tier? Was that a tier 2 question?
That was a tier 2 question.
Wow,
I finally
lucked out.
jumped over it.
That could have been a tier 1 question. You're lucky without it. All right. Next question is for Ben D. Luke Skywalker's wife in Legends is named what? Is it A, Lumaya, B, Leia Organa, C, Mara Jade, or D, Hera Syndulla?
Wow. Imagine if it was Leia Organa. Can we all just
not speaking that? Oh my gosh.
So I was like, whoa.
I mean,
Woof.
Here's my thing is like, I want to be like, okay, I don't know the answer. I'm like, I've heard these names before, some of them, but I'm like, I don't know. Now it's the fact you put in Legends. I was like, I have no idea. Legends is so much.
I'll give you a free little tip.
Okay.
Legends is it's just like a. I mean, we just answered a question about Legends, so I can kind of tell you this anyways. Legends is just the expanded universe, so the stuff prior to Disney, any of the books and comics.
I forgot. Stuff, I want to say for me, it's between. I think I don't know Mara Jade. I'm like maybe I just haven't heard of it, but I'll go with D. I feel like I've heard that name. I feel like it's not it. I feel like I heard that name.
It is the correct answer. Oh, what? No, okay. That is.
Isn't that C? Is it Mary Jane?
I think it is C. Yeah, it is C. I think I just have the wrong.
There's actually there's a book I believe that came out after A New Hope. It was called like something Crystal of Pomajima or something like that. And I believe that in that canon, Leia and Luke are in fact together and have children. Because it came out before the book came out before Empire and Return. I'm pretty sure, if I remember it correctly, I think it's called Crystal of Pomajima or something like that.
Wow,
that sounds familiar. That was like I guess that was probably a book that was published before Return of the Jedi was released, right?
I mean, imagine you coming out of the theater being like, "Hey, these are the main trio." I feel like you're like, what are the odds are going to be siblings is pretty low. It's just like, I feel like you would put that in your book.
Yeah, that's
the only reason I knew it was Mara Jade is because I used to own the action figure.
I was like, I think it's probably Mara Jade, but
Mara Jade. I actually have her Star Wars miniature. She's like a red-haired, purple lightsaber. She used to be the I guess what was the nickname they gave her? And the Emperor's Hand or something like that. It was she once served the Empire and then eventually switched over to the light side. So all right, next question. We've spun the wheel again. The next question is for Ben L. What year was the holiday special aired on TV? If I highly doubt you gave our last episode a listen, which was the holiday special commentary, but this was something we talked about. Which year is it? Is it A, 1977, B, 1978, C, 1979, or D, 1980?
See, I was one of the people on that podcast watching it with you.
Yeah.
And
that's the ironic part.
Yeah. It's not 1980. It came out in the 70s. It's not 77 because that's the year New Hope came out. I don't remember if it came out the year after or 2 years after. So I'm going to have to go with 79.
79. All right. It was actually 1978.
Wow.
It was very close, though. It was very close.
I'm out here breaking my heart.
I'm happy that everyone listens to me so clearly while I speak on this podcast. All good. All right, let's Oh, running into some refresh issues. Oh, there we go. Okay. The next question is for Reed. Name the first RPG Star Wars game released under FFG, also known as Fantasy Flight Games. Is it A, Age of Rebellion, B, Force and Destiny, C, Edge of the Empire, Edge of the Empire, or D, The Force Awakens RPG?
I don't even know what FFG is. Can someone throw me a bone here?
FFG is Fantasy Flight Games. It's just a brand. Yeah.
They make like Star Wars X-Wing, Star Wars Armada, Star Wars Legion. I don't know. They also make like the Game of Thrones board game. Like they make a whole bunch of tabletop.
Oh,
games.
it's A.
Wow.
That is incorrect.
Oh. No! I was like, this guy from not knowing what FFG was to strip that. Yeah, I got this easy.
It is.
So it's Edge of the Empire. Okay.
It is Edge of the Empire. They did release all 4 of those, one after the next, and each of them have a core rule book and supplements that go along with it. They're all cross-compatible. It's just each of them take place in a different spot in the timeline. And the first one they happened to release was Edge of the Empire, which was all about kind of smugglers and bounty hunters and all that. And I believe it was shortly after episode 4 that it takes place within their timeline that they placed the stories and stuff. So it's a fun game.
What?
I don't know. And you guys
what's
played
that
it?
other game? X is one of them
X-Wing.
X-Wing that they make?
X-Wing.
Yeah.
I've actually played that because like one of the kids that I work with had that game, and I felt really bad because I beat him like 3 times in a row, like almost by accident, and he wouldn't play with me anymore. I was like, here, dude, like you play with all the best stuff. Like you got Luke Skywalker, go for it. I still won. It was I felt terrible.
He's a pro even at games he's never played. Any game he's never played before. He's like you're like the Han Solo of winning just on luck.
Well, that X-Wing is actually really cool, like board game, like how they like plan it out, because you have like a certain amount of space or whatever that you can maneuver around in or something like that with the ships. Like how they figured it out is really, really cool. So once I figured that out, I was like, oh, this is like a strategy game. I got this. This is my thing. And then I kind of
strategy games are your thing for sure. A question for you guys. Anyone here play the FFG Star Wars RPG before?
I played it once with you.
I don't think I have. I'm not sure.
Phil, did you ever play the old one? The Wizards of the Coast Star Wars role-playing game?
Yeah, actually, you know what? I played with Bryce and
I gotta play with you also.
Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's right. Yeah, I think Ben. Yeah, you played the FFG with me as well. Yeah. Yeah. So I think at some point, I think Reeds. I think you need to. We'll give you an initiation into RPG.
It's actually
Star
pretty
Wars
good. As someone who plays like a decent amount of RPGs, like I think it's pretty fun.
I liked it a lot when I was playing. I liked the dice and stuff, and I don't know. I thought it was really fun.
I like that the one person who hasn't played it's the one person who got the question.
That's how it is. Yeah, it's just that one question that we needed to knock him back a spot. You know, all those lucky draws.
I've been psyching out Josh getting all these questions right, so he had to throw in something that I couldn't beat.
He had to prove whether you were Googling these answers or not.
Well, I was saying to him because like Reed and I went snowboarding, skiing just 2 days ago, and I was saying to him on the chairlift, I was like, "You gonna join the trivia?" And he's like, "Yeah, maybe. You know, if we got time." And I'm like, "Yeah. Well, we got some time. You got to leave before 10 and all that." And you know, I'm sure he'll do all right. It's multiple choice, which really gives you a good advantage. But
that's really what saves me. If I had to answer these on my own, I would have nothing.
Well, you've consumed enough Star Wars. I mean, to kind of answer a lot. I mean, these are hard questions, right? Like they're definitely not easy. But
some of these, I'm just kind of hilariously impressed with myself. If it's like actual like questions about like the movie specifically, I'd be pretty upset if I got something wrong. I was kind of upset about that Jakku question that I didn't get that right. I should have known that one, and that was just that stung a little bit, but. Yeah, I'll take what I could get.
Take what you can get. Yeah. All right, next question for Phil. Who leads Crimson Dawn during the War of the Bounty Hunters? Is it A, Maul, B, Vader, C, Dirge, or D, Kira?
Oh man. Okay. I'm gonna go with. Oh boy, can I get like a 50-50? Can you give me two wrong answers?
It's gone from a lifeline down to 50-50. All right, let's see. Does anyone here maybe? Can you?
I
offer
know
your
one person who had led at one point. During the War of the Bounty Hunters is absolutely throwing me off, though. That's what's scaring me.
That's kind of like, because I know for a fact that I don't know if it's a fact. I think I know that Maul.
Yeah, Maul definitely led at one point. I don't know the whole history of Crimson Dawn, nor do I know really when War of the Bounty Hunters is.
That's what I'm kind of thinking between C and D, because I don't know who those.
Okay. Well, here's the thing, though: is I don't think Dirge has been in many recent things, and we know War of the Bounty Hunters was very recent.
It was recent.
Yeah. Because my question was War of the Bounty Hunters, right, Josh?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and it was released in 2021, and I think it was released in 2021 because that was that. So take that.
Actually, that was very helpful. I'm gonna go with Ben, and I'm gonna say D.
Oh, D, that is correct. Well done.
So is she
Han
Let's
Solo's
girlfriend in the Han Solo movie?
Yes, Kira is Han Solo's girlfriend from Solo, and by the end of Solo, she basically kind of ditches Solo and Chewie and decides to fly away with the remnants of Crimson Dawn and their ship and everything, and goes to meet Maul on Dathomir.
Yeah.
And Solo takes place 5 years after Revenge of the Sith. And then the next time we catch up with Maul, because there was no Solo sequels or anything like that, the next time we catch up with Maul is he shows up in Star Wars Rebels, and they kind of end his storyline with Star Wars Rebels. And then the War of the Bounty Hunters story is actually, it takes place between episode 5 and 6. And it's about Boba en route to Jabba's palace with Han Solo and Carbonite. Things go very badly in the process of that, and a bunch of stuff happens, and Crimson Dawn is they come back from the grave sort of thing as a crime syndicate, and they make their namesake in the galaxy with a big staple event, and it turns out that Kira has actually been rebuilding it this entire time for the last I guess 10 or 12 years or wherever it's been at that point. So yeah, it's pretty interesting stuff.
Nice.
So we're actually pretty evenly ranked here. I mean, we got Ben.
We don't need to say it. We don't need to say it over
here. We got Ben L at 5, Reed at 5, Phil at 5, and Ben B. You're at 4.
I will say I've had one last question. I was the last person going questions.
You are. Yeah. Okay. All right. This is the. What's going to determine, I guess, if you're going to match up with the 5.
Oh my god.
Fortress of the Inquisitorius is on which planet? Is it A, Mustafar, B, Camino, C, Exegol, or D, Nur?
Okay. I mean, now there's a lot of pressure on this.
You want a lifeline, bud?
Okay, I feel like I'm gonna
Jedi Fallen Order. I think they tell you what it is.
I didn't play Jedi Fallen Order. It's an expensive game. Okay, I'm gonna go with the fact of I've never played Jedi Fallen Order. And I know 3 of those planets, and the first 2 I'm pretty sure do not have anything. And Exegol, I feel, wasn't that in the Old Republic?
Based on your answers, I cannot help you with this.
Unless you're throwing a lifeline.
Have you watched the most recent movie?
What do you mean the most recent?
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah,
like the new trilogy.
No, sorry, not on that. Yeah, but it was like I feel like it's not on those. I mean, with Nur's the only one I don't know, and I'm gonna go with that one.
All right, that is correct.
Hell yeah,
that's correct. That is correct.
There
All
you
right,
go. Good job.
What's the planet?
Everyone's at 5 correct answers. Isn't
Look
that
at
crazy?
that.
It's 33 turns, 5 correct answers apiece.
No, I was saying Korriban was the one I was thinking of.
All right, next question is for Ben L. So I think, as far as a final score goes, because I know Reed doesn't have all night either. So should we say a total of 8 correct answers, perhaps?
Okay.
We're also hitting an hour now, so I think 8's a pretty good.
I got
number.
another 30 minutes, so we're We're doing okay.
Sweet. Okay. All right. Let's do it. All right. First to 8
Man,
wins.
this sucks
and,
for me because I think I'm at 2 or 4 or 5 right now.
You got to try and stay up there. All right. Yeah. Speaking of which, here's a nice question for you. How many deaths of the Vong War were there? Was there it's always an approximate number. Is it approximately 365 trillion, 523 million, 121,000, or 500 billion? Is it A, B, C, or D?
I'm going with B.
Is it B? Okay, we're gonna check out B. I'm sorry, that was A. 365 trillion deaths.
What was the Vong War?
The Vong War was a expanded universe story that happened when the Yuuzhan Vong came from another galaxy to the galaxy in Star Wars. And there was a massive, massive galactic-wide war between the united forces of the Empire and the New Republic facing off against this alien race that were just a bunch of savages. And that's how many deaths there were in the war. So
were they having, like, did they also have, like, planet destroying capacities?
Yeah, they had like super weapons, and at one point they took over Coruscant, and there was a scar. There was rings, like scars that were left around the planet in the form of giant like rings and stuff, and it was a pretty big event. And of course, I think Chewbacca was killed by a moon, being crushed into a planet that he was on, and then Luke's son Ben, who's an expanded universe character, also died. Anakin Solo died, and yeah, there was a lot of people that died in it was kind of like an apocalypse scale event.
Is this in comic form or is it book only?
This is a giant era of Star Wars expanded universe that happened post Return of the Jedi. It was a book series called Legacy of the I think it started in Legacy of the Jedi or the Fate of the Jedi series or something like that. And but I think it was there was a whole like bunch of books and stuff, and I believe there were like a slew of comics that also happened in the same time frame. And it's when Luke is running his Jedi temple, and Mara Jade's a thing, and it's like kind of out there sort of deal.
So cool.
Yeah, it was pretty sweet. It's always been sort of this story though that's caused a lot of, does it feel like Star Wars, or is it just kind of one of those expanded universe things that shouldn't be translated into canon or anything like that? But people went nuts when they saw Dave Filoni's sketchbook at one of the conventions a couple of years ago. And he was talking about some of the unproduced Clone Wars episodes and showing some slides out of his notebook. And there was this little Yuuzhan Vong scout chip that he drew in one of the pages, and people just went wild for that. And they were like, what? Like they would have like featured a scout chip for the Yuuzhan Vong and everything. And so we're probably never going to see that, but it's just cool to think that Dave Filoni, being like the fan caterer he is, to have considered it at least. All right. Let's go on to turn 34. If this thing loads for me. All right. Jason and Jaina Solo were the soup. I totally messed up that question. The next question is for Reed. Jason and Jaina were the children of who? Luke and Mara, Cade and Talon, Han and Leia, or Ben Skywalker and Vestera Kai?
See?
Totally gave him that.
What a lifeline.
My mind is filling in the blanks.
as Reed continues to not earn his victory.
Honestly, like I have no qualms. I don't deserve like half the points that I have right now.
Okay, everyone else gets another free lifeline just because of that.
Oh my gosh.
All right, the next question is for Phil. Caravan of Courage was released in what year? Was it 1979, 1980, 1984, or 1983?
Can you just give me the answer?
Imagine playing this game.
Were you there? Were you there when we did our commentary tracks for Ewok Adventures?
No. Is it?
Oh my gosh! I remember listening to it.
The only thing that I've media consumed from that era was droids. I watched quite a bit of droids.
Oh yeah, okay.
Ewok Adventures. Sure, let's go with 84. C.
All right. C, 1984?
Sure.
All right. That is correct.
Oh my
hell yeah.
Well done. Well done.
You said Ewok is good enough for me.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Ben D, turn 36. This person temporarily united the Empire and nearly destroyed the New Republic. Was it A, Palpatine, B, Admiral Palion, C, Admiral Zarin, or D, Admiral Thrawn?
Gav, I have one question. Is this actually just talking about like? Wait, what's that? I'm trying to think. Is this just talking about Palpatine coming back from the dead? But no.
This is
No.
you're currently in tier 4 right now, I believe. So this is a Star Wars Legends question. So this would have happened like the Yuuzhan Vong stuff. It would have happened in the old pre-Disney timeline.
Okay, so temporarily, I feel like this is I want to say Admiral Thrawn. Let's go Admiral Thrawn. He's the one I know. There we go.
Correct. That is correct.
I feel like he's the only one I knew there.
All right. Everyone's at we got Ben sitting at 5, everyone else at 6, getting closer to the 8. All right, next question for Ben L. How many marks of the Starhawk are there? Is it A1, B2, C3, or D4?
I'm gonna go with E. I have no idea. I'm gonna go with 3.
Do we know what marks the Starhawk are?
Nope.
I think have you used a lifeline yet?
No, I have not.
If because we're getting close to the end of the game. I think you got 2. So
Okay.
what
What are the stars of the?
if someone
marks?
knows,
They're
they can help you
Star
out.
Wars, the new Squadrons game, right? They're like
Yeah. That's right.
they're like a Rebel Alliance. Like they took the design or whatever of like Star Destroyers, and they made like a new ship with it. And I don't know how many. When you say marks, do you mean like
versions? Yeah.
versions or ships that they built?
Kind of like the Iron Man suit. Like there's Mark
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I mean that does change my answer. I'm gonna go with 1. 1 is my answer.
Wow.
It is B2. There is 2 marks of
Yo,
the
that
Starhawk.
See, I
ship
wouldn't
looks
even
sick.
gotten that. I knew what
It is
was.
a pretty sweet looking ship. It's
Yeah.
pretty much the only time the Rebellion / New Republic kind of went badass for a little bit there.
Yeah, made a
and
legit super ship.
Yeah, they made a
Capital
legit like Star Destroyer-esque weapon, and there were 3 of them at the Battle of Jakku. That might actually even be a free answer for another question.
Give me that one. That's what I need.
All right, next question is for Reed. Wouldn't it be funny if that was the question? Which Star Wars movie is named after a novel of the same name from 2013? Is it A, The Force Awakens, B, The Last Jedi, C, The Rise of Skywalker, or D, The Phantom Menace? Wow. And yes, there is a Star Wars movie named after a book of the same name, obviously prior to the Disney buyout, but this book, it was the book that happened to have been published in 2013 that had the same name. Which one was it?
See?
I think that could be it.
It was B, The Last Jedi.
Oh, okay.
It is one of the last
See, I can't say that out loud.
legends. Yeah. That's fair. Yeah, it was one of the last Star Wars Legends expanded universe books that was published before the whole Disney buyout. All right, next question is for Phil. Which real world holiday does Wookiee Life Day ideally represent in our world? Is it A, Easter,
What the hell?
B, Christmas, C, American Thanksgiving, or D, birthdays?
It's Life Day, right? That's what it's called? Is that what it is?
Life Day, yeah. And it kind of coincided with a particular real world holiday.
It's the Christmas special. But also, I'm going to go Christmas, but yeah, it also kind of feels like Thanksgiving. But I'm going to Christmas.
Who's
It is
Wookiee
Thanksgiving.
Jesus?
So it's a very confusing thing because in America, Thanksgiving is so close to Christmas. and the actual Wookiee Life Day, like the celebration itself is actually the same as what Thanksgiving is. It's just it came out in a holiday special at Christmas time, which is kind of the
I wanted to
confusing part.
say Thanksgiving because the dad is like on his chair watching TV, and it just felt like the most American Thanksgiving thing ever.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're going for too.
I wanted you to be right, man. I wanted it to be Christmas so I could be like, whoa, there's a Wookiee Jesus. Like, yes.
He's got long hair.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man. Okay, so next question is for Ben D. Who controls the universe? Is it A, the Chosen One, B, the Wills, C, the Anchorites, or D, the First Jedi? This answer is not actually. It's a very kind of hard behind the scenes thing. It's like you will know it if you've seen the right interview with.
I can tell you I've not seen the right interview with George Lucas. I don't think, because I don't know that. If I have seen it, I don't remember it.
Simple question to answer though. I mean, who controls the universe?
Who controls the universe? I feel like the answer should be George Lucas or Kathleen Kennedy if they're on there, but I want to say the Wills. But the way it's spelled looks so dumb to me. And like the wills makes him like, oh, the will of the universe. That seems like a very George Lucas thing. It's like there's this abstract will forcing the universe. But then they gone done put that H in there and made him look like an idiot. But let's still stick with it because Anchorite sounds a little dumber. Let's go with the wills.
That is correct.
Oh my god!
Well done.
You pulling a page out of my book there, dude. Like, come on.
I mean, I was on board with your reasoning there. That totally makes sense.
Like who controls the universe? Like the wills. I feel like was this in an interview about like the new like what he originally planned for the sequels?
In a way, yeah.
Okay, because
yeah,
I remember him talking a little bit about like he wanted the next step of Star Wars instead of what they released to be like very deep into the Force and like the universe. And I feel like he talked about these like little things that actually control on like a very like molecular scale or something.
Right. Yeah. No,
just a quick question: Is the Wills a person?
The Wills.
I thought they were like a microbiology thingy, like very small.
Yeah, the Wills is kind of like if you ever saw the Clone Wars arc with the Force priestesses. I don't really know what the Wills were all about, but the Wills were supposed to be these beings that kind of like the Watcher in the Marvel series, where they kind of just see everything and they have an influence over what happens.
It's the Q from Star Trek. That's what it is.
Yeah, and it also plays into the original concept of a long time ago in a galaxy far away. Like the people telling the story are actually these Wills.
That's pretty sick,
so yeah, it played into a lot of that, and it kind of goes overlooked a lot of the time. It's just a title card that comes up now and we just kind of forget about it. But that was a lot of the original intention behind that story, is that it happened a long time ago. And these Wills are the ones that are possibly telling the story, and they're also the ones that had an influence in the whole thing. So, all right, we got back to Ben L. Star Wars Rebels Season 1 is preceded directly by what? Is it A, a couple of shorts, B, a novel, C, the Clone Wars, or D, Episode 4?
It would be a novel, which I believe was called New Dawn.
Ooh, it is a couple of shorts.
Oh,
they released online. That's a tricky one because there is a novel. There is a novel.
I was about to say he needs bonus points for naming the novel too. I was like, dude,
that requires a lot of respect right there. There was a novel called The New Dawn. There was also another like a kids novel that focused in on Ezra's story called I forget what it's called, but it's Ezra's Gamble. I think it was what it was called. But yeah, there was a couple of shorts that they did on Disney XD, and I think they also dropped them on YouTube. They were just these like 60-second or 1.5 minute little things that did one for every single character, I believe, or they did 4 of them. And they kind of introduced these characters prior to what happens to the season 1 movie that was called Sparker Rebellion. And so it's wedged right in there between the novel and season 1. So that was a really tricky one. All right. Next question is for Reed. What is the name of the siblings in Ewok Adventures? Is it A, Mace and Spindle, B, Sindel and Lace, D, Mother and Father, or sorry, C, Mother and Father, or D, Mace and Sindel?
D.
That's what I got.
That is correct.
Oh my god!
Oh no.
Wow.
All right, we're back at Phil. Cal
man.
Kestis's story picks up how many years after the Purge? This is the Jedi Purge.
Oh my god.
I think I gave you the free answer when I was talking about this earlier.
Is this,
Yeah. Yes,
is
you did.
Is that the Fallen Order?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate that game.
Whoa.
Whoa! Whoa!
I said it.
Throwing fire out of nowhere.
I said it.
Unbelievable.
I wanted to talk about it earlier, but now I have my platform to say it.
Quick!
How much
turn
do you
him
hate
out.
the game? How much? I'm just curious.
I played 10 minutes, and I hated the controls so much I couldn't play it.
Did you play
okay,
keyboard and
Really?
mouse, or did you play
That
on
was
controller?
I played it on controller, obviously.
Okay.
Okay, I did it keyboard and mouse.
Maybe I'll try on my computer. Anyways, shoot. Story picks up how many years after the Purge?
Yeah.
I don't know. He's like what, like 16? Oh shoot. Oh no. Vader's full on. He's full on battle mode. How many years before Luke is this? Oh my god, guys, I'm not sure. I'm gonna go with 10 years. I'm gonna go C. I'm gonna go 10 years.
All right. It was A. It was 5 years
dang.
after. 5 years after
that
Revenge
close,
of the Sith.
huh? That
Yeah.
close.
Oh yeah. It was very close. All right. The next question is for Ben D. The Disney Plus series that will take place at the end of the High Republic. Is it A, The Mandalorian, B, The Book of Boba Fett, C, The Rangers of the New Republic, or D, The Acolyte?
They'll take place at the end of the High Republic. Okay, I know it's not two of them. So you know what? Let's just YOLO it with C.
It is D, The Acolyte.
Oh.
I had a 50-50 shot there.
In fact, Rangers of the New Republic was canceled, so that's not even happening anymore.
Oh,
Well,
really?
you know what? Another disappointment in my day. Let's go.
All right, we're back at Ben L again. Who?
I'll just answer it. D. No, sure.
Well, for everyone at home, what is Count Dooku's Sith name? Is it A, Tyrannic, B, Bane, C, Sylvan, or D, Tyrannus?
It's D.
D, Tyrannus. Well done. All right. What are we sitting at here? We got Ben 6, Reed 7, Phil 6, Ben 7. All right. Next question is for Reed. Where is Dave Filoni originally from?
Know that he wears a cowboy hat, so take that into your consideration.
Is it San Francisco, New York, Pittsburgh, or Los Angeles?
Reed's face.
This is a random, super hard behind the scenes
is
question.
like-
He's gonna luck into it again.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna eliminate B and C with the cowboy hat lifeline.
I mean, that's all I know. I see pictures of him. He always wears that cowboy hat, but
That
I
could
don't
mean
know.
a lot, or it could be mean
Yeah.
absolutely nothing.
there could be people from Pittsburgh wearing cowboy hats. Who knows?
A, San Francisco.
It was C, Pittsburgh.
Oh, I'm
Yes.
Wow,
completely
your
wrong
50
side of the continent. The
Your
cowboy
50-50
hat.
thing was
Blue collar,
Yeah.
blue collar town, cowboy hats, totally fits.
Exactly. All right, Phil, we're back at you. Vader Immortal takes place on what planet? Is it A, Coruscant, B, Nur, C, Bogana, or D, Mustafar?
Oh.
I actually played a bit of it because I have like a shit ton of quests at home.
Yeah, you're the VR guy. Yeah.
Oh no. You know what? Oh, shit. I'm trying to replay it in my head. I feel like there was lava, but I'm not too sure.
Does Reed know? Reed's played this as well.
Yeah, I remember.
Okay, Reed, give me a 50-50.
You want a 50-50?
Take
I
away
get-
2 wrong answers.
Eliminate one.
Okay, just one. Just eliminate one. But it can't be Coruscant.
I'll eliminate. So basically, you want 50-50. Okay. Yeah, it's not A or C.
Okay, I'm gonna go. He's trapping me, but I'm gonna go with Mustafar.
All right, yeah, that is correct.
Yes, there was lava.
Well, there was. Yeah, you didn't play very far into that one, did you?
I get motion sick pretty quick, and that game does not do it for me.
That's fair. I think my cap time is about 45 minutes with VR before I.
I'll play
a long time of VR. I feel like I just get into a new world, and when I come out, I feel like a little more awkward coming out. I'm like, whoa.
It depends on the controls. Like Beat Saber, I could stay in there forever. But a game like Vader Immortal, there's a lot of like quick motion and stuff like that. It gets me going.
Yeah, lots of jumping around. It's better than the locomotion because you can teleport, but it's
it's climbing. The problem is like Vader Immortal. It starts you off with climbing lots of ladders, and that's what makes me like sick right away.
Yeah, that one was almost a platformer a little bit. Like it was kind of
Yeah, lots of free roaming around Vader's castle. It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, next question is for Ben D. What replaced the corrupt and weak New Republic? Is it A, the Galactic Empire, B, the Fell Empire, C, the Galactic Federation of Free Alliances, or D, the New Jedi Order? This is a tier 4 question.
I want to say, I feel like the Weekend Republic, New Republic, I feel like the Galactic Empire didn't really come back. But I want to go with C, the Galactic Federation of Free Alliances.
That is correct.
Nice.
That is correct. All right. And Ben D is the first to hit 8 correct answers.
Thank you very much. I'd like to thank my high school teachers for giving me the ability to narrow down these freaking multiple choice questions because most knows it was not on the stars. The one I did feel proud of was my Wills question. I think the Wills one, I was like, I actually remember this random thing where he talked on like, I think actually maybe it was a conversation with you, Josh, where we were talking and you were like, yeah, this is like what George Lucas originally wanted with the kind of like he was going to go really deep into the microbiology of like the Force for the new ones. And I was like, oh, that sounds pretty cool.
Yeah. It would have been really cool to see what he would have done, and it's I think it's not supposed to be taken too literally with the whole microbiology thing. I think it's definitely just an expression that he used as far as this next set of movies he was planning would have really gone into a lot more out of how the Force works and where things would have gone from there, right? But it's too bad we'll never get that story. But hopefully at some point some lucky interviewer gets super lucky and hits the jackpot of the George Lucas answers and guess what we're looking for as far as what that would have meant. But should we? I know Reed doesn't have all night. How much more time do you got? 4 minutes?
I mean, I could push it like another 5 or 10 minutes past that. But
we could do some more questions and everyone answer, and like everyone just try and guess an answer.
Sure,
we can do. Yeah, sure. Let's do one more round just to see who gets a second placer. Yeah, and then we'll see what we got left. Okay, so Ben L, name the sequel show to the Clone Wars. Is it Star Wars Rebels, The Bad Batch, Resistance, or Ewok Adventures?
But I'm assuming it means the show that's based after, not the next show that was made. So I'm going to go with B, The Bad Batch.
That is correct.
Whoa. I was thinking the exact opposite. I was thinking about what was the one right after? But like Rebels is easy. I was like, didn't even think about it.
Yeah, that's why I specified my train of thought, just in case I was wrong. Just so you know, I knew the answer. I'm just making sure I understood what you're asking.
All right. Yeah, you got it. All right, Reed. Prince Shizor was the leader of what? We actually talked about this earlier.
Yeah, so I was going to say I don't actually know I know the answer, but it's because someone gave it away earlier. Because I actually know it from my knowledge.
Yeah. Is it A, Dathomir, B, the Black Sun, C, Imperial Forces, or D, Chiss Ascendancy?
B, the Black Sun.
Yeah, you got it. All right, next question for Phil. Luke Skywalker's son. This is an expanded universe question. His name is what? Is it Anakin, Ben, Han Jr., or Cade?
Actually, you know what?
You said this
because you talked about it earlier. It's B, Ben.
I give too much away.
Yes.
Correct. All right. The next question is for Ben D. Caravan of Courage is what? Is it a movie, an animated series, a novel, or a comic series?
Caravan of Courage is the Ewok Adventures. I'm pretty sure.
That's right.
I remember you talking about that. I remember this because you talked about it one time we were watching The Mandalorian, and you said, "Oh, this soundtrack sounds kind of like Caravan of Courage." And I was like, "You just remember the Ewok Adventures soundtrack?" I've never been more impressed with you in my life, Josh. And those were animated, but I don't know if I think it was an animated series, but it might have been an animated movie. But maybe with animated series.
Oh, it is a movie. It's a live action TV movie. There was an Ewok animated series though, which you might be confused with.
Sweet goodness, come on.
IMDb is telling me that it runs for 3 hours and 10 minutes.
That is, yeah. So that's probably Caravan of Courage back to back with the Battle of Ferendor.
Oh, okay.
Which is, it's like a double-sided DVD.
Oh my goodness, I did get confused with Star Wars: The Ewoks. I thought they were the same thing.
Yeah.
The heck? Why do they love the Ewoks so much?
They're cute and they sell good.
I guess.
Well,
holy crap.
Here's a group question. Who knows the answer to this? Because and now I think we've. Let's do a group question and then we can. Actually, if Ben, you can't answer this, maybe we get the group figure it out. The big event that kickstarts the era of the High Republic, is it A, the Great Terror, B, the Galactic Purge, C, the Great Disaster, or D, the Unlimited Power?
I actually don't know the answer to this question, so.
Who knows?
I think there's a fake answer and the real answer that's not even going to be on this. I feel like the fake answer might be the Galactic Purge, but the real answer is definitely D. That's the unlimited power is what it should have been.
The sacking of Coruscant.
Does anyone know this one?
Isn't B? Yeah. Jedi Purge and Galactic Purge all in the same universe?
Well, because don't they
they need some new names here.
Operation Cinder, whatever, with the
the High Republic.
Empire?
The High Republic, you caught it. Yep.
The High Republic. Wait, I was thinking about a different Republic. I was thinking about the Purge with before Rebels. I actually don't know, but I hope it's D.
Wait, do we have
unlimited power? Let's go.
Unlimited power.
It is C, the Great Disaster.
I thought it was probably going to be that. I was like, the Great Terror is. I'm pretty sure they wouldn't borrow that much from like actual history. And then the Galactic Purge. I was like, the Purge was before Rebels, and Unlimited Power is just too great for them to even handle.
Yeah. The Great Disaster sounds like such a medieval thing.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, and it's actually it's kind of funny you put it that way, because the style of the High Republic era Jedi are very, very much more kind of how you would describe a Jedi Knight, like a knight to be. A lot more of them have crossguard lightsabers and kind of more armored areas, like more gauntlets on their wrists and everything like that. And so it's a cool era they've been building out, and it's a good question to leave us on, because anyone who's interested in reading a whole new era of Star Wars that they just don't want to it can be a little intimidating jumping in the middle of something, and it's like even a comic series like War of the Bounty Hunters is like, oh, what came before, what comes after? It's a big crossover thing, and I don't know where to start. Anyone who wants to get into the High Republic, read the Light of the Jedi novel. It's great. It's written by Charles Soule. It's the first novel that kicks off that whole era, and was one of the best original Star Wars books I think I've ever read. So definitely all the creative juices were flowing into that one, that's for sure. So there we go. Ben D taking home the trophy for this year's ultimate trivia. With the bonus round, we had Reed and Phil coming in next, and then Ben. I'm sorry, you had hit some pretty hard questions. Those are pretty bad.
In my defense, I was the first one to tier 5, and then it just
that is true. That is true.
Yeah, really hard questions.
Yeah, you hit a good streak, and then the luck went towards Reed, sucking it all away. Alrighty, yeah. Well, that's pretty much this year's Star Wars trivia. So thanks for playing, guys. That was a good time. I had a good time with that.
Could have used some more Shadows of the Empire questions on me.
I'm gonna have to play that game for myself. And
we didn't get one Force Unleashed question. I want that to be known.
Yeah, I was gonna say, man, where was all my Force Unleashed stuff? Like, obviously it's all canon.
Any Force Unleashed question.
Well, I mean,
I was thinking about. I was like, I played both the Force Unleashed games. Actually, like I played the first one multiple times, and I'm like, now thinking about it, it's like, I don't remember that much. I just remember swinging my Wii remote and absolutely feeling super cool. But I'm like, shoot, I barely remember people's names.
I played that one on DS. I played Force Unleashed on DS.
Oh my god, you poor soul.
It was I mean, my DS was just like the only game console that I think I had at the time, and then I did play it on Wii very briefly at a friend's house, and it was the first time that I'd kind of experienced the same title done for a different system so differently. Like, they don't really do that anymore. Like, that's not really a thing. I remember when they did adaptions in the movies in video game format. They had like the Revenge of the Sith would come out on Game Boy, DS, and PlayStation and Xbox, and it was all so different on any console you played. It was just a vastly different game with like different style and art direction and everything like that. So yeah, they don't really do that anymore, I don't think. So too much work, I guess. But anyway, thanks for playing, guys. That was a good time. So I guess we'll cut it off here, but I guess we'll catch maybe each of you showing up in the future episodes. I'll come back for perhaps some stuff in the future. So thanks for playing.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Thanks, guys.
Okay.
All right, everyone. Thanks for playing at home. If you've been answering these questions on your end and seeing how well you did, let us know. Let us know how well you did in the Twitter or the email or the voicemail or whatever. There's multiple ways to get in touch with us here at Star Wars Escape Pod, and they're all listed in the description of this podcast episode. So just open up that app and check it out, and feel free to send us a message. And speaking of which, hit that Discord link. It's a great little tool to check out the Star Wars news RSS feeds, and it's a great way to stay on top of all the latest stuff because there's so much going on. Speaking of which, there's going to be a 2021 recap episode that we're going to be doing on the show, and at some point, of course, we're going to be talking about all of what happened last year, and it's just in retrospect, and of course on the podcast as well, and I look forward ahead at what we got going on this year and what we're hoping to do with the show. Speaking of the show, we got a new method of recording the shows. So going into 2022, we're going to have a bit of a different sound with some more, I guess, high-end stuff. Being able to support local guests in a home studio and everything like that. It's going to be awesome. So long talked about ever since September or October, but it's finally up and running and it's almost good to go. So in the next month or so, we're probably going to see a shift with some episodes sounding a lot more, I guess, in person, shall we call it. So thanks for tuning into the show, sharing the show with your friends, rating us, and sending us reviews. All the love and support from you guys this past year and into the future. May the Force be with you, and we'll see you in the next episode on Star Wars Escape Pod.